guys, it's your girl Star Flames and we're back with a updated video on this entire lawsuit surrounding Shannon Sharpe and that OnlyFans model. In case you guys have missed it, Shannon Sharpe engaged in a consensual relationship with a young lady when she was only at the tender age of 19 years old. That young lady is now 23 and she's suing Shannon Sharpe. She accused Shannon Sharpe of manipulating, assaulting, and wording her honey because she also says, I have evidence, and she did release a clip of her saying Shannon, no means no. Now, Shannon Sharpe and this young lady, they are involved in a BDSM relationship. So with those relationships, no can mean yes. However, for the public and based on what we've been taught, no means absolutely no. So there's no spinning that for the wider public. But what we all know is that this woman carefully orchestrated a trap for Shannon Sharpe. And like hell, he fell into it because in one of their sessions, she had asked him permission. Yes, she did ask him permission for them to make a home video during their sexy encounter. BDSM, just think about it. BDSM relationship. She would send him messages like, I want you to put a big black baby in me while you're assaulting me, but the assault is not the exact word. Like, she wants him to choke her and those stuff. But then when he does it, she uses it against him because that normally when people hear about those things and whenever there's a threat of message or a recording to prove that what she's saying is here, automatically, it doesn't matter what comes before that or after that, everyone is going to say, this man is guilty. And what is going to make him even more guiltier is because of the age gap. Shannon Sharpe is in his 50s. He pursued a young lady when she was only 19, who is now 23 years old. You know that is automatically a control of power and manipulative tactics because he's the older guy. Why would an older guy be dating such a young girl? Yes, youth plays an important part. Beauty. And Shannon Sharpe says he wants what his money can afford. The more money they have, it seems as though they get crazy and cuckoo because what the heck is Shannon Sharpe in his age doing with BDSM, knowing that he can easily have a heart attack at this day and age? Like he's easily predisposed at his age to those things. But Shannon Sharpe doesn't care. He cares about having himself a good, sexy time. So I guess whatever floats his boat. But honey, the boat is not only floating, it is sinking because Miss OnlyFans ensured that she put quite a few dents in it. Now, initially, when the lawsuit had came out, tonybuzbee, remember I told you guys this last year, December, that tonybuzbee is a con man with a con plan. And when I said it, I said to people, do not believe anything that comes out of tonybuzbee's mouth because he uses political tactics. You know how politicians operate? I'm going to give you everything you need. I'm going to lower your taxes. I'm going to ensure that you've got jobs. I'm going to ensure that you live the life of luxury. You're going to get the free healthcare, free education. And then once they get elected, they're like, oh my God, I had no idea what I was about to come into. And the previous person before me has made such a mess that it's going to take years for me to give you guys the things that I've been promising you. But irrespective of that, we all know consciously that how is it that you're going to promise people things and you didn't see what was going on in the inside? So how did you make such a promise? That's just all political PR one-on-one. I told you guys that tonybuzbee used politics strategies. The strategy of a politician. And I believe that you guys can literally see now. I know a lot of people don't like the truth because people love to believe that every single accuser that comes out is a victim. Absolutely not. Listen, I have came across the thread. There's actually a group of people that's on TikTok They're on Facebook. They're telling you how to go after these celebrities innocently for money. They're telling you how to orchestrate the lawsuits, who and who will take your lawsuits. You don't need any money. And they're even telling you that you can join the class action lawsuits. Just join all of them and one of them has to work out in your favor. So you know that people are after money and they don't care whose image, character, reputation, income they ruin in the process, because many people, they've fallen in hard times. They've had bad experiences in the celebrity world, in the corporate world. And for many of them, they're in revenge mode. Some people, they're in survival mode. So as such, they're like, I'm District 12, and if I can go over there and get some money from Shannon Sharpe, who the heck gives a damn about him? If I can go over there and get some money from Jayz, who the heck cares about Jayz? He has more than enough. How is it that they're so wealthy and I cannot find anything to feed my kids? So people are just going after these celebrities for no reason. While there are true victims out here who are so scared because they've truly experienced the horrors of these celebrities firsthand, and they know what power these horrible monsters wields. So the true accusers oftentimes hide in the dark. They suffer. They go through the pain and trauma without a penny in compensation. And I would love to see more accusers, like actual real victims, stepping out. Now, what is going on today, at present, at current? Well, do you remember when Buzbee says he was going to release a 55-second of that clip? And Shannon Sharpe was like, no, Ninja, you need to release the entire 10 minutes. The video in question is 10 minutes. And honey, was I buckled up to see that 10 minutes video? Because, listen, I'm not intrigued to see people's intimate details like that. But the reason why I wanted to see it is because we know when Buzbee speaks, it's crap. And I'm wondering, how did Buzbee even win those lawsuits prior to all these lawsuits? Because the trail of mess that Buzbee keeps leaving behind, the Diddy lawsuits, the Jayz lawsuits, and every time he's caught in some mess, he tries to tell a lie and to tell people, you know what? They're lying. I am submitted to practice in New York. And the internet is like, no, bitch, you're not admitted to practice in the Southern District of New York. You want to trick us, but we're not fooled. That's the thing. People are evolving. And Buzbee is looking like he has no idea. He doesn't know his right ear different from his left elbow. I'm wondering if it has to do with age, exhaustion. I'm wondering if Buzbee has a medical condition going on that is also affecting his judgment. Because, honey, this man that has won so many cases over the years in getting people settlement, you have to wonder, where the heck is that man? Like, who's in Buzbee's body? Because, like hell, it's not giving Buzbee. I don't know what that is giving, but it's not giving Buzbee, okay? So now, as I've said, Buzbee initially said, we're gonna give you 55 seconds. Shannon Sharpe was like, no, bitch, give us the 10 minutes. That tape you're talking about, it's 10 minutes. And since I'm so guilty, let's watch the entire 10 minutes to see my guilt. And I said, you know what? I said to you guys that Buzbee cannot release that tape because that would be a revenge for it. It can use it in the courtroom, but it cannot release it outside the courtroom. And I said the mere moment that Shannon Sharpe attorney said to him, give us a copy of the tape. We need to get a third party on it. And he was like, no, you know that man was a damn liar first to begin with, because how the heck you have powerful, vital information, key evidence, and you're holding on to it for what reason? And you need to pull out the cards, all of them back to back, to get a 24-hour settlement. Like, damn, if this girl had a decent attorney, she could have won up on Cassie and get that settlement in 3 hours. But lame old Buzbee had to ruin it for this girl. He ruined it for her. And I'm going to keep, she ain't getting a penny. If she gets something, it would be out of the goodness of Shannon Sharpe's heart. But at this point in time, if someone is coming at you like that, your $100 million contract, like, wouldn't you be fighting fire with fire, especially if you know that you had some sexy time? You know that, I think that what may get Shannon Sharpe to give her something is the mere fact that she said, Shannon, when I say no, it means no. You put it in the front, you put it in the back, irrespective of the fact that I say no. And this is something that happens to so many women. And men don't understand that that's a violation because, oh, we were already in the mood. We've already started. So if you said no, midway, I mean, you don't mean no. How dare you change your mind? And that is wrong because no means absolutely no. So no, what's going on? Buzbee saying he's not going to release the key evidence like, yeah, I told you. He couldn't. It would have been revenge porn, right? And he's not giving a third party expert for the footage to be analyzed. You remember with that Jane Doe, that VMA Bandit versus Jayz? And he was like, I'm going to get a polygraph. And I said to you guys, no, he's not because he's lying. And people were like, oh my God, she's telling the truth and you're going to see and you're going to be ashamed. You all still owe me my apology, honey, because everything that I told you guys that was going to come out about Buzbee, I told you guys that you're going to be able to see Buzbee's every single layer. And people are seeing it. People are literally seeing it. And again, I'm realizing that people are so committed. Like, how the heck do you remain so committed to allow Buzbee to consistently disappoint you guys? You have to see the man for who he is. He has been telling the public who he is. He has been telling you all that he's a con man with a con plan, hella shady, untrustworthy. But people still are somewhat confident in him. I guess it's because he was able to get some pretty penny for some people prior. But I bet if they should go back and examine those cases, there might be some few cracks, bumps, leaks, and, stuff here and there. So now, hear what Buzbee is saying. This man is so twisted. Like, I'm really wondering what is going on with Buzbee, sending prayers and well thoughts and wishes to Buzbee because he's literally not okay. He says, and I quote, the only reason you know about the existence of a video recording is that Mr. Sharpe specifically referenced it in his BS statement. That's not true, Buzbee. You were the first one that told the world that you have video evidence, right? That's what you said. You said to Shannon Sharpe's attorney, I have evidence. I have a 55-second clip. And Shannon Sharpe attorney asked you for the clip to be analyzed by expert because what Shannon Sharpe attorney says, that clip has been manipulated. What you showed has been manipulated because Shannon Sharpe is very much knowledgeable of the tape and it's 10 minutes long. The 55 seconds clip has been manipulated. And you were like, no, it's not manipulated. And Shannon Sharpe attorney says, if it's not manipulated and over the clip, give us a copy so we can get a third party involved. And he said, no. So that it was very indicative that you were already lying. You thought you were playing mind games, but that's elementary at this point in time. And it's not even elementary in the sense that it's going to become like a giant beanstalk, like it's small now, but as the day passes, this is going to become your worst nightmare. No, it wasn't elementary in that sense. It was elementary in the sense that it's so childish, so simple. And it was something that you could clearly see through. But like hell, I don't know what is going on with Buzbee's upstairs. I don't know. Maybe if you guys know, you can tell me because he's really not making much sense at this point in time. Now, he further states that the content of the video we shared it during the mediation process with Sharpe's attorney. Again, Sharpe and his team disclosed that not, I was like, what the heck, bro? What the heck? You said to the man in mediation that you're going to reveal it to the public. And he won upon you and said, yes, Buzbee is threatening to release a clip. How the heck do you attack someone and not expect self-defense? How the heck do you break into someone's home and say, okay, I'm busting down your door, I'm busting down your window, I'm gonna come get you for all you have inside there. And the person, takes a pew and knocks your ish out of you right there. And you're gonna get up and say, that was unfair because you shouldn't have done that. Do you know how crazy you have to be to say that? Oh, he was the one who disclosed it. not us. The man was using the same tactics that you were using against you. The thing is that they're just better at doing it. I know you're crying like, oh my God, I didn't say that. You know, you did, but you did. You did say it. You could say we never said that out publicly, but you did threaten. A threat is a threat. And when someone acts upon a threat in self-defense, how can you say that? Oh, he said, come, like, get out of here. Now, they're saying that Sharpe himself was offered more than one occasion to view it himself. He declined. We've never made any claims or threats about it and won't do so. You did. And he said, and no, he added, we won't be releasing the video as it is key evidence in the case and will be treated as such. Buzbee so full of shit. Is full of shit. Now they're saying Sharpe first made a reference to the video on April 22nd, 2 days after Doe filed a suit. He stated in an Instagram post, it's 30-second clip. Yes, 30 seconds, not 55 seconds, of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play it into every stereotype you could possibly imagine, which means that he has seen it or they have given him something for him to say it's that, you know, he has a 30-second clip that he's threatening to release. And he said that the video is actually 10 minutes or so before he implored Buzbee to put it out to the public in its entire unedited state. Yeah, and I would do the same because, I mean, if you have that tape and if it's not manipulated and he's telling you to put it out because Shannon Sharpe is saying to you at that point in time because, if you say to someone, I have video evidence, and the video evidence I have on you is 30 seconds. And when I release it to the public is going to see how guilty you are. And if the individual says, no, do not release 30 seconds, release the entire 10 minutes or so, it means that this man is firm. He knows that you're using 30 seconds to point out that he's guilty. And he knows that the complete unedited version is going to show everything that happened in its actuality because the 30 seconds can convey to the emotions of the public that Shannon Sharpe was actually awarding this girl. But then after that 30 seconds time frame, we might see her saying, oh, should I say it again? Or, okay, the 10 minutes is going to show us clarity into exactly what went down. Buzbee is so full of shit. I don't know how people even use this man, but I guess because he takes the cases without any money up front, and if they settle, he get his 40%. The only thing Buzbee is looking at, I'm going to tell you guys this. Because I don't know why it is that they didn't take the $10 million. I believe that the reason why they might not have taken that $10 million is not anything having to do with the accuser, but everything having to do with Buzbee. I think Buzbee is shopping around for Jay-Z's, 20 or $15 million that Jay-Z is suing him for. I think that is what Buzbee is shopping around for. So he might be pushing the client to get more money because if the client gets a big settlement and he gets his 40%, he knows he's going to have to give Jay-Z a few million. And if he gets it as easy as that, it is a sweet victory for him. But now, because of his selfishness, he's ruined this woman's entire opportunity. Because I would love to see her get the money irrespective of the fact that she did set up Shannon Sharpe. But I believe that Shannon Sharpe was also out of his league, out of his lane a little bit, and those things should not be tolerated. I hope I know you guys get it. You guys are intelligent, smart people. But anywho, like I said, Buzbee wouldn't have, released that clip. We know Buzbee wouldn't have done that because we know the guy just loves to run his mouth like a politician, just PR and no action behind it. Another miserable day for Buzbee, ruining another client's case once again. And that's as I see it. But anywho, guys, it is your time to chime in. What's your take? While you're at it, thumbs up, share, subscribe. Do all you need to do on this video to support your girl. Peace.